children and teens free and reduced price meals through the National School Lunch Program. But during the summer, we serve only about 3.8 million children and teens in the summer meals program. And some of that is the result of schools no longer being available for children to go and have a meal, finding new partners and new locations and increasing sites, identifying resources that are necessary to support these sites as they grow and develop, working with state governments and county governments and local communities to identify and come together and identify the magnitude of the problem. One of the things that strikes me, and I'm so glad to be part of this conversation today, is that many individuals do not realize the magnitude of hunger among children in this country. We know that there are about 17.4 million households were food insecure in 2014. And that means that there's a significant number of children who reside in those households who don't have access, and the families don't have the resources in order to provide meals during the summer as they are trying to stretch limited budgets and limited income.
Let me ask you a slightly different way. If you've ever known anybody who's not been able to put the best food on the table, then you know a lot of people really try to come up with creative ways. One that comes to mind is ramen noodles, also pronounced ramen noodles. I don't know that there's any nutritional value to them, but they might make you feel like you've eaten and you're full. So are we having an issue with that? Do we have some families who are taking, they're trying to do the best they can, and the hungry children, maybe they're not hungry in the traditional sense of the word where they feel like they've eaten, but nutritionally they're really compromising their health?
We're finding that particularly for families who are part of our SNAP program, which was formerly the food stamp program, when we look at families' expenditures and what they're buying, the first part of the month, it's a lot of very healthy foods, fruits and vegetables and lean meats and those kinds of things that are very nutritious. As the month goes on and toward the end of the month, they're buying more of the heavy, starchy kinds of foods that may fill your belly but don't have the kind of nutritional value that you need.
We have something unique in our community in Marion County, Florida, is that every summer there is a food program here for all of the students, and a few of the high schools open up their doors, and then the students can come in during the summer and have breakfast and lunch.
Absolutely, and that's what we want to encourage in communities throughout the United States, that there is a period of time. And schools sometimes say that the difficulty they face is that it costs them to open up an entire building. So what we have identified as the best practice is that some school cafeterias are right off of the playground. So you don't have to open up the entire building. You just open up the school lunch facility and children can come in and be able to have access.
So how much of an issue is communication? Like let's say there's a program like the one Robin just described in our community. I mean, our mission as a radio station is to make sure that word gets out and to encourage the listeners to help us, because we don't obviously reach everybody. Nobody does. Is that part of the challenge that you face?
Yes, we have. Since 2009, we have built a website where families can go and put in their zip code and be able to find feeding programs that are near their household. Or they can call the National Hunger Hotline, which is 866-348-6479. For Hispanic families, it's 877-842-6273. Or Google Summer Food Rocks, and you can still have access to the mobile site that you can utilize to find programs that are in your area.
Steve, what is Sodexo? What is that?
So, and Larry, I'm glad you asked. So Sodexo is we're a global Fortune 500 firm. We're the 19th largest employer in the world. We're an outsourcing firm, So we're in the facilities management business, and we're in the food service operations business. So we operate the food service operations for about 500 school districts across the United States, where we serve about 2 million meals every single day during the school year. Now, during the summer, our Sodexo Foundation picks up where our school district operations leave off with our Feeding Our Future program. And the Feeding Our Future program is specifically a summer feeding program, about 8 to 12 weeks. Been in operation for more than 20 years at this point. Have served many, many millions of meals over the course of those 20 years. And we operate in 23 cities across the United States, and then again 9 cities in Canada as well. And Larry, one thing I'll mention to you, just in terms of the magnitude of the problem, and we'll localize this to some extent. Audrey talked about 1 in 5 children across America. 20% of our children are food insecure, and frankly, the number's higher when you get into the Central Florida, Ocala, Space Coast area. It's about
Really? Oh, wow.
So we're talking 1 in 5, 1 in 4 of our children are going to get up this morning and not know if they're going to eat today. Okay, and that's just flat unacceptable in the United States of America.
Wow.
It's unacceptable in Central Florida. And frankly, there's a number of ways to approach this and to go about rectifying this. But let's take the position that this is a problem that can be solved. It absolutely can be solved. It can be solved through public-private partnership, like what we're doing with Sodexo and the USDA. As an example.
Yeah. Well, thank God for people like yourselves, and our responsibility. It sounds like to me, as radio broadcasters, is to simply get the word out.
Absolutely.
Well, awareness is a key point, but Larry, I think there's awareness, and then there's activation, there's mobilization, and frankly, whether you're an individual or whether you're a business, you can do something. You can do something today. There are YMCA's, there are community centers, there are Boys and Girls Clubs, there are faith-based organizations who are in the summer feeding business who would take a volunteer in a second.
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
And then, as I note, from a business perspective, we need businesses and communities to come together to then partner with community organizations, partner with governmental activities to solve this problem. It's a very, very solvable problem.
So I have a couple of questions before we run out of time. The first one is more business related. Not that I'm trying to sell or buy. I'm just asking if because in our business, a lot of times we do public service announcements, and I know a lot of organizations have them ready-made. Is there a place I can go to get a ready-made announcement that we can just put in rotation?
Absolutely. And as I've mentioned, I may have mentioned, our Summer Food Rocks website has that information, has easily downloadable messages for the summer. The state agency in Florida has downloadable messages. There are many materials in our food in our summer food kit that are downloadable messages. So there are ways in which you can get easily access information to download and to run during the summer.
Okay. I just looked it up for the listeners. Don't put summerfoodrocks.com. That's not where you're going to find it. You have to go to usda.gov/summerfoodrocks, correct?
Right.
Yeah, and then you can click on the map, it looks like.
Or you can Google Summer Food Rocks.
Yeah, which is how I did it, yeah. And do me a favor and repeat the telephone numbers you gave earlier, the toll-free numbers, including the Spanish one, please.
The National Hunger Hotline is 866-348-6479. And for Spanish-speaking families, it's 877-842-6273.
Okay, 866-348-6479, and Spanish is 877-842-6273.
Correct.
Well, I suppose you both know the amazing thing you're actually doing, helping hungry children not be hungry. My gosh, and in the thousands, it sounds like, and all over the place. So thank you for coming on the air, and especially for pinpointing it for our region. I'm sure that takes a lot of extra work on your part. Audrey, Rowe, Steve Cox, thank you. Have a great summer yourselves.
You too, Larry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You too.
All right, we'll be right back.
Cookies, 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 cookies. We go cookie eating cookies.
When you want something special and fun for any occasion, get cookies. King Cookie in the Paddock Mall in Ocala will make a delicious, fun-filled delight just for you. So next time you're in the mall, stop by King Cookie or call 352-237-2557. KingCookieOcala.com. Customized cookies, cakes, and more. King Cookie.
Eating cookies, we're so happy eating cookies.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Men who are coupled up are also more likely to go to the doctor because, of course, like my wife, the woman in their life insists that they go. Next time you know you didn't get a good night's rest and something irritates you, take 10-15 seconds to consider how much sleep you got before you go nuts. Being bilingual boosts cognitive development in children and boosts mental flexibility.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
WWOCA,
This is WOCA, News Talk 1370.
This is James Snyder, inviting you to join me each Sunday morning at 9:30 for Sunday Joy on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Sunshine mixed with some clouds today. A thunderstorm in the area during the afternoon. High of 89 to 94. Clear tonight, a low of 71 to 76. And tomorrow and Saturday are going to stay sunny to partly cloudy with an afternoon thunderstorm. Highs will range from 89 to 93 both days. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Maggie Johnson.
Say that this country is in the toilet. Some would even go so far as to say the economy is going down the drain. But we say, if water runs through it, we do it.
Hi, I'm Sean Scott, owner of Mike Scott Plumbing, and I approve this message.
Hi, this is Vanessa Lane Jennings with the Jennings Law Firm, located here in beautiful Ocala. Join me every single Friday at 10:30 for Legal Lane. We'll be discussing various legal topics such as family law, criminal law, contracts, and much more. So this is your chance to call in with your legal questions and have them answered. That's every Friday, 10:30, right here, WOCA, The Source.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we.